you will remove the earphones.
You are live, eh?
Okay, but I
Yeah,
can't
you've
see the
gone live. Yeah.
I
So
can't see the
we are
comment.
live. They'll come. They'll come. So we are live at Builders and Creators. So I think you can take on from here.
Hi, builders and co-creators. Good evening. This beautiful Friday. Welcome to this live broadcast. We are calling this the Builders Baraza, and it is something that we are introducing. It's a new product that we're introducing into this group to enrich our products and to enrich our level of knowledge. My name is Celine Orakothonoka. You are your admin and founder. Alongside me, broadcasting, albeit remotely, is Mwangi Wi-Fi, also called Moses Mwangi, who is your admin. Mwangi, would you like to say hello?
Hello guys. Uh, Exciting to see you. Okay, I think you move on. Let's move on.
Nice. So I don't know. I think I'll give it 1 minute so that we can wait for a few people to key in.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's our first time broadcasting live, and so it took us. There was a little bit of a technical problem. We will get better as time goes by, but this is something that we plan to do every so often. So we are calling this the Builders Baraza. You're very welcome to contribute. Fundi wangu wa mitambo, incidentally, I cannot see people's comments, so I may not be able to respond to their questions pronto. If you can show me the comments, please, or if you can advise me how to look at the comments.
Yeah, I'll actually be able to share on the screen. I'll feature some of the comments as they come. So I can see we already
So
have about 50 people watching. So
excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. So, guys, tag your mates. I would like us to, to partake together of the Builders Baraza, something that we have acquired only recently as the administrators and as the owners of this group. We want to be able to communicate with you more. The difference between the Builders Baraza product and other live videos is that we can actually broadcast together with a few other admins or a few other experts, and you can see us live and share with us your comments, and we will be able to see them and respond immediately. The other thing is that the plan with this product is that every week we actually plan to bring in experts, people who will help us discuss things in the building and construction space, and indeed landscaping and interior decor. We will be talking to suppliers over time. We will be talking to different groups of builders. We'll be talking to male builders. We'll be talking to contractors. We'll be talking to kitchen to lady women developers. I'm sorry. We'll be talking to children and the youth about the understanding of building and construction. We will be talking to banks and so on and so forth. So this is our first episode. You're very welcome. This product can actually be sponsored. These sessions can be sponsored. So if you have a product within our space that requires sponsorship, you indeed can sponsor. Today we are lucky to have a brand sponsor us, and that brand is Top Frame. Top Frame is a product of building, of Tile and Carpet Center. It is manufactured in Kenya. But before we go into Top Frame, I'd like us to generally talk about the space of roofing. We have been teasing you a little bit about roofing and some disadvantages or advantages of timber. So I'm going to hand over to my colleague broadcaster Moses to tell us what some of the advantages of light gauge framing is in comparison to timber. Mwangi, take it away.
okay. Thank you, Salim, for the introduction. So guys, today, as Salim has said, we are going to discuss about roofing, and maybe conventionally we must of all have the two main materials that we usually use, which is timber, and we also have the light gauge, which is actually very modern and recent. So in light of these two, I think it's good also to look at what has timber been, what does timber offer, and what does light gauge offer. And in looking at timber, you might we look at various parameters. For instance, we look at the loading strength, and when we come to loading strength, we look at if you look at steel and timber, and you determine in terms of how much can timber carry, how much can light gauge carry. The second thing we might look at is the moisture content. If you look at timber, it absorbs a lot of humidity or a lot of water, and with time it loses also that humidity, which actually might increase or reduce the lifespan of the timber or the light gauge steel. And then the third thing we might want to look at is actually the moisture, or we have talked about moisture content, the bending strength. So for most engineers, when they are designing roofs, they look at the amount of weight that that house carries, and there's something called bending moments. And whenever they are actually advising on the type of material you are going to use for your roof, they'll actually consider the bending strength of the material. And if you look at the light gauge steel and timber, you'll actually be able to compare the two, and you realize which one is actually better and which one is actually long lasting. The next one we might look at is the ease the logging ban that was effected last year. You see, when the ban came into effect, we show a short in prices of timber, and also the timber became scarce. So
Mhm.
we've seen recently people taking up and actually adopting use of light gauge steel. So the next one we might actually look at what are the risks with timber and the risks associated with light gauge. If you look at timber, whenever you go to buy, if you go to buy timber, you are not very sure about the quality of timber, the treatment it has undergone, which type of tree it is from. So we have a lot of loopholes with timber. But again, if you come to light gauge steel, uh, light gauge steel, if it's a certain gauge, it doesn't change in anywhere. The standards are the same. They are governed by a certain body that if it's gauge 550, it cuts across anywhere in any country, and the quality that means cut across. Uh, so the last one we might look at the last point we might want to look at in comparing the light gauge steel and timber is actually wastage. So if when we are using timber, you see, timber is limited in terms of the length that it can go, and therefore, most of the time we find our fund is actually doing a joint. They join the two timbers so that they can complete a single truss system. But when it comes to light gauge steel, you'll find that we can get actually a very long piece of steel, and which is actually reinforced to actually accommodate the weight of your roof. So I think those are some of the parameters, Aline, we might actually look when we are installing a roof. So I think you can take from here. I think those are some of the factors we want to look at when it comes to roofing material. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Mwangi, for sharing with us the advantages of light gauge steel. There's a lot of light gauge steel options in this market. Some Chinese, some Korean. I don't know if there's any from Europe. I haven't seen any. But then the reason why we are very excited within this space in this country is that now we have a local manufacturer of light gauge steel, and that is Tile and Carpet Center. And their brand is Top Frame. And I will take you through some of the benefits of using Top Frame over and above the pieces of information that Mwangi has shared with us regarding the advantages of light gauge steel. So, like I said, it's made in Kenya. And if it's made in Kenya, it lends itself to a lot of advantages. The first one is that you can have access to quantities. If you're a contractor and you have been tasked with with the responsibility of roofing a school or a hall or a hospital, you have no worries about running out of material, because it is made in Kenya, and you can access it easily. When you're approaching your roofing and you have the funding, you can actually go and make your order, and they will prepare it for you. And Tile and Carpet Center, they will deliver it to your site. So that is one big advantage. But even more precise to your needs, specific to your needs, is the fact that they can actually make for you precast trusses. So you actually lift the trusses directly from the factory to your, to your site. So you know how they bring timber, and then you have to then, put them together, join one and the other, so that they can make the truss that you want. Because top frame is made in Kenya, that need is adequately catered for, because they can actually precast your trusses for you. And then there is wide distribution. We already have a footprint in this country and beyond, and everywhere you see a tile and carpet product, you will be able to see, you'll be able to access top frame products. You'll be able to place in your order. And obviously, if you have a roofing plan that has already been approved by your civil engineer, then indeed we Tile and Carpet Center professionals can give you a quote before you buy. Now, there is local guarantee. If you buy a foreign product, what happens is, if there is a problem with it, maybe the strength is not consistent, or it's a little lighter than you had approved, than had been approved, you have nowhere to take it. And if you take it to the retailer, they'll tell you to wait a few months, because the guarantee is not local. But because this is made locally and it is certified by the Kenya Bureau of Standards, we know that there's local guarantee. You can have a change or a swap of stock very quickly if it doesn't meet your requirements. The other thing is the fact that now, you can actually pay slowly. You can pay slowly. If you remember last month, we introduced you to a partnership between Tile and Carpet Center and a firm called Aspira. Yeah, and you may visit Tile and Carpet Center. So Aspira allows you, they pre-qualify you so that you know the amount of credit you can access within Tile and Carpet Center. And the requirements are basic. They need your bank statement, and then they need your pay slip, and then they need your ID, something like that. And they will pre-qualify you in less than 5 minutes. Post that, then you can borrow and take away these products, because they'll pay for you. But then now you pay Aspira slowly. And I think the interest is very low. I do not exactly remember top of mind what the percentage is, but it's pretty low. It's much lower than the banks. It's even lower than the circle. Hello, go and get your top frame. Then a lot of people have been asking about the price, because steel seems like it is more expensive than timber. But let me tell you, after test after test after test, it is the top frame is actually 15 to 20% cheaper than timber at the current rate, right? Then the other thing is, the president's Big Four agenda. Yeah, building and construction is one of them. So it is pretty aligned. In fact, it is aligned to more than one of the Big Four agenda. It is aligned to manufacturing, because this is made in Kenya. So we are politically correct. We are in the right regime to actually explore light gauge steel roofing, particularly top frame. But secondly, because it is aligned to the construction, cheaper housing, that is a big, one of the big agenda as highlighted by the current regime. Okay, and then I know you will be asking, but who will install it for me? Who will install it for me? Now, Tile and Carpet, very, very organized. They knew that they were building a factory. They knew that they were about to do this. So they have trained a lot of installers. If you are in need and you buy, they will give you a recommendation. However, as builders and co-creators, through this forum, which is the Builders Baraza, we are actually organizing trainings, 2 trainings, one in August and the other in September, right, Mwangi?
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yes. So for this one, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be looking for people who are interested in roofing. We'll be interested in people who are already roofers and who want to up their skills to be in tandem with the new technology that is light gauge steel roofing. So we'll be sending out that flyer. Please register. We will need a few pieces of information to prove that indeed you're already a roofer. But even then, we'll be able to tell during the training. All right. So please be honest around that, because we want to help this industry. Then this thing, because it is made here, we are having different strengths, different sizes. And therefore, it is customizable to make roofs. That is a big deal. That is one of the major reasons why it is manufactured. And at a later date, we will tell you why it is good for your slabs. If you're making a storied building, it is actually good for your slabs. So it is actually usable in the slabs, and we'll give you a demonstration in the next Barazas just to educate you on how this can happen. Then you can use it to make car parks, or you can use it to make your gazebos at home. If you have land and you have built or you haven't built and you're looking to make, a quick structure while you still, build your own, more permanent house, you can actually use this because it is cheaper, it is reusable. And it can also be used for greenhousing for farmers in Kenya. You know how each one of us has a little garden at the back, in the village or wherever else. You can actually use it to construct a greenhouse. Chicken and cow sheds, Kenyan farmers. This is the solution for you. It will stay long. It will be customized to your shape and your size of structure. It has a local guarantee, and it will be delivered to your location. So beyond just educating our people, beyond just telling people about light gauge steel construction in terms of roofing and slab making, we are very interested in introducing you to the new brand in this market, which is Top Frame. So run to Thailand Carpet Center, and you will be given more information. So really, that is all we had to say today. If you're interested in taking part in the Baraza, in the Builders Baraza, let us know, and the numbers will be on your screen shortly. These are the numbers to call if you're interested in taking part, if you're interested if you're interested in taking part in a discussion, or if you're interested in finding out how you can sponsor this Baraza, because there are many features in this broadcast that we cannot go through today, and perhaps tomorrow or another day we'll be able to demonstrate to you how these work. So, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers, Mwangi, do you want to share the numbers?
Yeah,
The numbers on the screen right now are the numbers to call in case you want to participate, because this Baraza can actually handle more than 6 participants. So we can discuss matters, we can educate people, we can do auctions here, and we'll be organizing some auctions for you. So if you have something within our space that you need auctioned, quickly let us know. We will have an auction day once or twice every month, and we'll be able to get deals. Suppliers will be here talking to you, contractors will be here talking to you, manufacturer will be here talking to you, and you as a builder and homeowner or a prospective homeowner will be here asking us questions and contributing as well. So thank you for tuning in. We shall be having this broadcast once every week, and we'll give you a calendar on what we will be discussing so that you can tune in as appropriate for you. Have a blessed weekend. Stay Kenyan and stay building.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Good evening. Bye, everyone.